Stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
Hurry! Hey, go here! Hey, go here! Jumbo, jumbo!
Here's Stafford now on second down. Steps away to his left. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. The intended target was Corey Coleman, and it's third down.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. Throwing on third down, Stafford. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? It creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you go make a play on the football.
Now this is fielded in the end zone. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Jets are going to take over at their own 20-yard line. New York set to take the field. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go-around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need
into double coverage, and it's intercepted. It's the linebacker, Michael Kendricks, and they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. Play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
They go with Chubb on second down. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 3rd and 1.
The Browns opted not to pick a running back with their first 2 selections at number 1 and 4 in the first round. But they circled back in the second round and got a really good one to Nick Chubb out of Georgia. Broke off a nice run there, and that's where he's good. Good vision, able to see where the hole is, and make nice gains each time he touches the ball.
40 got! 40 got! Set, Larry, 250! Hey, here we go!
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
On every snap, a defense is trying to establish who they are, but on 3rd and short, that's really when you put it out there and tell people who you are, and that's exactly what they did. For the offense, they're looking at their offensive line and saying, guys, where are you? We need you on those plays.
Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the first. Two minutes to go here in the first half. More from Cleveland after this.
Hurry!
First down carry here for Johnson. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
Well, forget about finding a lane there. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Probably fortunate he was able to hold on to the football.
Slow. Z.
A first throw here for the backup Taylor. Forced out to his left. And he's got room. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a third down situation. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Tremaine Johnson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Charles, when plays like that work, it's a thing to behold, but sometimes we see why they're very deep in the playbook.
And how many times have we been at practice and heard all the other guys chirping about, you know, I used to play quarterback in high school, I can do this, until it becomes a game situation. Not quite the same in many cases.
And he takes this one just shy of midfield all the way to the 49. Darnold on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit.
On second down, Darnold. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was trying to get it to Jermaine Kearse. And that'll make it third down.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Third and long, it's Darnold. A little dump off for Corral. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. And now the Browns are going to take another timeout, as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. Here's Lachlan Edwards now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. The Browns offense heading back out to take possession. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. He's got a man. It's Corey Coleman. And he's going to be out of bounds right at the 40. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
On first down, it's Taylor. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Leonard Williams. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Off of play action. Here's Stafford. He's going to air one out. And it's caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. And he'll be down deep into Jet territory. Well, it's one thing to grab it with one hand, but when you make a catch of that distance, quite another.
Yes, sir. I mean, that one right there, we keep talking about the high-flying antics that we're seeing from receivers nowadays. Doesn't matter what spot they start in.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Josh Gordon in the final seconds of the first half. And the Browns add on to their lead.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Gonzalez now to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. And the Jets set to take the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. So we have reached halftime here in Cleveland with the Browns on top. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. Fielded about a yard deep. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
On second down, here's Stafford. Flushed out right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a first down. They'll throw on first down with Taylor. Flush to his right. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
I think the last two plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those two that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. Out to the flat, that's complete to his running back. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it'll make it second down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. To throw on second down is Stafford. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. He got 29 yards that time. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
He'll get it up the middle. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game. After the run, now Stafford going to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he's got it. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 11 yards, but still not enough. 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up, keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. And now before they run this play on 4th and 1, we're going to get a break and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1. Running for it. Here's Chubb. And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Nick Chubb, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Browns add 6 to their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
So here's the Jets offense now as they get ready for their first possession of the 2nd half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned. Because some teams script to start a half, Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things work well for us. And sometimes they throw in a big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. Here's Darnold now on second down. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Emmanuel Ogbah in there to drop him for his second sack now here tonight. The Jets on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 16. Now Darnold. He's going to rifle one deep left side. It's caught inside the 25. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. And we're back now here in Cleveland. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now, all the way down at the 21-yard line. On first down, it's Darnold. Escaping the pressure right. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
Darnold. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. To throw is Darnold. Able to power through. Oh, he's able to out-muscle him here as he pulls it in. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Isaiah Crowell, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Jets are able to close the gap just a bit. Cairo Santos on to try the extra point. Santos with the extra point, and they'll cut the lead to 21-7. Santos out now. He'll kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Browns offense back onto the field. This game was really a tussle, seemed like just a moment ago, and now they've got the momentum. A couple of scores on their last pair of drives and a 2-score lead. I think here now you go conservative, right? Run the football, work the clock.
You know, I usually agree with you, but I'm going after them right here. I want to put this bad boy away. I wouldn't be afraid to throw it. They've got all the confidence, all the momentum on their side. Go ahead and take your dagger shots and try and finish this one off.
I disagree vehemently. I say run the football. You've got the lead.
Well, let's watch it and find out who's right.
They'll fake it. Now Stafford. He'll air this one toward Coleman. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at 2nd down.
Sometime in this 4th quarter, someone on defense is going to have to step up and force a turnover.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Tag 50 left.
2nd and 10, Stafford again. And Cook has it left side. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Handoff comes to Chubb. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
On 2nd down, here's Taylor. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Stafford. He's got his man on the crossing route. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock...
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Monday. Hey, go here. White.
To throw on 2nd down. Stafford. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. 3rd and long, it's Taylor. And he's going to be wrapped up and driven down. Leonard Williams with a big-time sack on 3rd down. And it'll be a loss of 7. Now here's a timeout defensively. Defensive timeout called by the Jets. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Here's Britton Colquitt now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. This is brought in at the 21. What a spin. An 8-yard return there after a punt of 47. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. And now out come the Jets. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
A 1st down throw, Darnold. Going underneath for Corral. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
Lucky 56. Detroit.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. On the move to his left. He's going to let it fly. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. second down. And he hits Jermaine Kearse. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
Now it's Darnold. Dancing to his left. He may try and run for this. They find some open field here. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a first down. On 1st and 10, Darnold being chased out left. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at second down. And it's a rush to the line right now for the Jets.
He was able to get away earlier in the drive, but apparently all the time they put in practice finally came to the front, didn't it? They remembered their lessons and found a way to contain him when he took off on that one.
And a pretty little juke move there on a nice gain. It's a gain of 7, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. Darnold on 3rd down. And this is going to be incomplete. Derek Kindred there to get a hand on that one.
Perhaps they overthought this one a little bit. They've been running it real well on this drive, and it was 3rd and short, okay? They decided to throw the football incomplete. Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. They'll go with a big bang, Crowell. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. Darnold on 1st down. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked. But instead, they'll keep it on 2nd down.
Pretty nice coverage there, but a missed opportunity for an interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism, hands, a little bit questionable.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. On 2nd and 10, Darnold. Flushed out right. Throwing right, and that's complete. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. A little risky there when you roll out of that pocket right like you did. You complete the pass, but you don't get anything out of it.
But how many times have we seen when a quarterback exits out of the pocket, doesn't matter if they go left or right, the defense loses its leverage, right? There's a little chaos back there, and receivers come open. Great discipline on that play. They didn't let that happen and held it to no gain.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. One last throw now for Darnold. And this is going to be caught. So it affects the final score, not the outcome, but it is a late touchdown here on the game's final play. Doesn't affect the outcome, but, hey, nice job there to put it in the end zone for the final play.
Could it affect other things? Sometimes these types of scores are ones that we don't consider big at the time. Then later on we find out maybe that was a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Or, of course, in the fantasy football world, these points mean a lot.
A lot there. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and they're back with it, a touchdown at 21-14. Well, Charles, exciting to the very end. That's what we just saw in this game. Final play there, had it in the red zone, but anytime you're outside of the 10, that's tough trying to draw up a final play to get in, and they couldn't do it.
It certainly is. So what they were looking for was, extra time. Too bad it's not FIFA soccer, right, where you get a little bit of extra and you get a chance to run a couple more plays and maybe get closer and take that last shot into the end zone.
So for the Browns, It's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll get a few extra days to savor this one before they take on the Oakland Raiders. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Jaguars in Jacksonville. So that'll do it for us. For Charles